are you?
Morning. Good. How are you doing?
Good. Jalen, couple things. We are recording because 2 of our reviewers could not be here today.
Okay.
So the recordings will go to them to do final scoring.
Okay.
Tara, though, she held strong. She's here. So she will be asking any questions that she had when she reviewed your application.
Okay.
She will then ask you the 4 interview questions. And then when she is finished, you can ask any questions of her or me. And then that'll be the end of that. We will send the recordings this afternoon to the other reviewers. We'll ask everybody to finalize their scoring, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon. And then I should have your scorecard, your debriefing form back to you by like mid next week.
Okay. Sounds good. Brandy is our new homeless case manager. She might be jumping in. She just wanted to listen for the overview.
Okay, if I see her, is she gonna jump in from another computer?
I think she's jumping in from another computer. She said something that she had to finish up, but I walked away from her. So she may be finishing something up.
So if I see her, I'll just enter her into the meeting when she jumps in.
Okay.
Okay, so just for the recording purposes, this is Jalen, and she is with Snowbelt Housing. And now I will turn it over to you, Tara.
Hi.
Hi.
So in reviewing your application and my scorecard, I actually don't have any additional questions. So it's just the 4 interview questions.
Okay.
So with that, number 1, would you please describe the support services your project has tailored to serve persons coming from an unsheltered situation?
Okay. So Bill from CARES just put a really pretty report together for me that encompasses like all the services we do regardless of funding. So it kind of gave me a better snapshot than just COC rapid rehousing. But we have been looking at where do our referrals come from, making sure they're coming from state and local like penitentiaries, ERs, inpatient mental health units. So we want to keep an eye on where our referrals are coming from, making sure we're getting those from long-term placements, because I feel like that's one of the gaps in services. And then we, of course, get them from DSS, Office of the Aging, NERCL, off the street, so they can come directly to us. And then I started building, the HIMSS intake is great. It captures a lot of social determinants of health. So I just changed our agency intake form to sort of capture what are those risk factors that led to homelessness and really build care plan goals based on 3 different categories. So do they need to obtain shelter? Are they maintaining shelter? Do they need physical or mental health services to assist them with being stable? And do they need any support with financial resources? So I think changing that income, getting it real specific, like here's some risk factors, here's what they want to work on or what they're struggling with, and then where exactly are we referring them to? So I think changing that data module really helps the homeless case managers decide what does this person want to work at intake, and then where do we refer them? So the referral portion, we have MOUs with NERCL, Office of the Aging, Lewis County Opportunities. We also just joined the SPOE committee. So that way, if they lack any understanding about what resources are available, I said, just send them to the committee. They can pick up anything that they kind of qualify for. And then we're also a part of the Priorities Council. So it's like SPOE, only the client doesn't have to do an intake. It's just the community providers that meet, so we can stay up to date with what's available in our community. So I think just strengthening the documents and then guiding the case managers, making sure they have the right training and support for motivational interviewing, and what does a referral look like, and how do you follow up on the outcomes and barriers to them accepting those referrals. So we're sort of tightening up all those program elements right now, but Snowbelt has been around for a while and has a really good relationship with a lot of community partners. So it's pretty easy to do those referrals back and forth.
Perfect. Thank you. Does your agency have someone with lived experience of homelessness within its executive leadership who is involved with programmatic and funding decisions?
Yes. Yep. Myself and the homeless case manager, Carol, both have lived experience, and she has a lot of input in how the program runs and what we should be working on. So we both have.
Thank you. The COC scores each program's impact on system performance measures in part 1 of the rank and review tool. If you felt your project performed low on any section in part 1 due to serving particularly vulnerable populations or households with severe needs, would you please explain?
The only one I saw with sort of a discrepancy was the positive outcomes. I think we had 36%. So that's why Bill was so great to get me the report for the overall program, because I wanted to see how it compared to all services. So according to that report, 86% of our total people served in the homeless program had positive outcomes. I think another area we need to look at is what we're documenting where in HIMIS at discharge, and really trying to collect that data, review it, get accurate data so we can get it in the system and capture what we're actually doing. One of the challenges with rapid rehousing is that short-term period that we have. Mm-hmm. So we're really trying to improve the follow-up contacts, because it seems to sort of lose ground after they have financial support. So I'm trying to, they're like, yeah, I got my security deposit, bye. So we're really trying to like stay connected. And Brandy and Carol are both really good at building that quick rapport. So I think we have the tools we need. We just need to capture the data so I can be happier when I look at reports.
Absolutely. Are those in your project racially representative of those in your COC's homeless population?
So I think, again, we had a lower score with the, it's a little tough in Lewis. I think there's 98.6% white residents. So it almost captures the county percentage, but not equivalent to our COC. But we do have Jeff Lewis St. Lawrence in our COC, and I think they're a little more, or I know Jefferson's a little more racially diverse, but I do think that sometimes in Lewis that kind of prevents you from looking at ways to expand, because I noticed with our gender identification, there was no transgender or mixed in there as well. So I did get HCR to add, I forget what it's called, the Q Center is now on our Priorities Council in SPOA. He's going to do some training with us. So I think that just because it represents what our county is doesn't mean that we can't look for the people that are least likely to apply and sort of expand on that. So we did attend stuff like the fair. We're trying to get involved in children's events, anywhere that's culturally diverse activities in the community. We want to promote that you can call. I also think a lot of programs do understand the parameters of our program, but I don't want people to get bent on that. I want them to reach out, see if there's something we can assist with so we can continue to build that rapport in the community. And I think once we get in those groups, it'll be easier for us to be seen as an ally. So it's something we're still working on. It is low, but like I said, it's representative of the county almost.
Oh, that makes sense. So that's all the questions that I have. So I'll turn this back over to you then. Do you have any questions for me or Samantha?
I don't think so. Just across the board, I guess it depends on the program model, but is it something that people struggle with to have the increase in income while they're participating in the program?
So a lot of times programs don't hit the mark for increased income. That is a hard system performance measure. For the clients we serve, sometimes it's a very hard measure to hit.
Yeah, with Social Security disability.
So
in the
the years
time.
that Social Security and SSI and SSDI get a bump, those years everybody does good.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Everybody
Yeah,
scores great. So yeah, that is a tricky one to.
Okay. I think that was all I had with just looking at the overall data. I do think that if we can sort of strengthen the information we're putting into the system, then some of our outcomes are going to change. That's all I had.
Perfect. So
Great,
thank you. And Brandy, I'm glad you could jump on. I hope it was helpful.
Yep.
So again, Jalen, the recordings will go out today, and hopefully you'll have stuff from me by next week, middle of next week.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you, ladies.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.
Good day.
Bye.
So
any discussion on that one?
So again, on their scorecard, I already gave them full marks, and I plan to do so also for these interview questions.
Okay.
I thought her answers were great.
Good. So I am now, because we have like a half hour to wait, so I'm gonna try to see if I can get Anne. She is a little harder because she works for DSS. So I don't know if she'll be able to jump on early or not.
Okay, well, I'm gonna use this time to quick bathroom break. I'll be right back.
Perfect. You go right ahead.